What's going on, man? It's your boy Zay. Come back at you with another video. You dig, and we get right into it. So this topic, I want to talk about the more ingredients you put in the pot, the longer it has to cook. Right? Let me say that again. The more ingredients you put in the pot, the longer it has to cook. So what do I mean by that? Okay, cool. So when you're working on different things, right? When you're working on different things, when you got a lot of different passions, and you got a lot of different interests. So let's say this: your passions and your interests and all the things you like are the ingredients to tie it to the analogy. So when you got a lot of different ingredients and a lot of different passions and interests, and you put that in the pot to cook, you got to cook a little bit longer as opposed to somebody who got one or two things that they want to do it in life, or they got one or two interests or one or two things that they're passionate about. Their pot is going to have to cook a little bit less than yours, or a little bit less than that individual who has a lot more passion and interest that they're interested in, because it's more things that has to be cooked thoroughly, as opposed to the person who got one or two ingredients. It only need to be, it still need to be cooked, but not as long as the one with a lot more ingredients in it, because all of the ingredients within the pot needs to be cooked. So if you got potatoes and vegetables in one pot, but in another pot you got greens, potatoes, lettuce, onions, mushrooms, olives, that second pot got to cook a little bit longer. You feel me? That second pot got to cook a little bit longer than that first pot. So to translate this to the topic that I'm speaking on, to the real life analogy, is when you working on a lot of these different other things. Like, I'll take myself for example. I work on a lot of different things, so I'm already knowing my process of this foundational work is going to be longer than a lot of other people's, because I'm working on so many different things, and there's a lot of things that I'm working on that people don't even know about, family don't even know about. Real talk. So I understand that my pot is gonna have to cook for a little bit, and I'm okay with that. That's what I signed up for. I'm okay with that. But this is why I tell people not to compare your. I talked about this in my book. Don't compare yourselves with other. Don't compare your journey with other people's journey, because I said this way back in my book. If you haven't got it, you can catch it on my website, 2020visions.com, 20visions.com. I was talking about how you don't know what that person's journey is, or you don't know, how that person's journey even set up. You feel me? You might be comparing yourself to a person, and their journey, and they only working on like maybe one at max two things. But you, on the other hand, you working on 5-6 different things you want to do on the back end. So you gotta understand, your pot is gonna cook a little bit longer. Your process is gonna be a little bit longer. You're gonna have to be in that foundational area for a little bit longer, because you're not just building up one or two foundational pillars. You're building up multiple foundational pillars, and you have to keep them even. You feel me? So you're progressively working on these things continuously. So it's like you're going through them, because you can't just work on one thing and abandon these other things. You feel me? Because then you'll only be known for this one thing. But when you constantly rise these things together, you work on these things together, you cultivate these ideas at the same time, your pot's going to take a little bit longer. And I'm a polymath, so this is just something I accepted. Like, I naturally have a lot of interest. Like, yeah, I could stick to just videography or just apparel, but I won't be fulfilled. Just doing one of those things, it just won't be enough for me. Or just doing two of those things won't be enough for me. So that means I won't be able to do YouTube. I won't be able to, be tapped into fitness. You feel me? Is a bunch of other things. Won't be tapped into designing things. So there's a lot of other things that I work on, and it's like, I understand that it's going to be a journey behind this, because I have so many different interests and passions that I want to work on and get to. You feel me? It's a lot of things that I'm passionate about. I haven't even started working on yet. You feel me? Because of course I know that I have these different lanes that I'm working on, but I also understand that I need to keep it at a set amount. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have your different lanes, but keep it at a manageable amount. Keep it at a manageable amount. You feel me? So yeah, man. Yeah. When you're able to do this and you're able to continuously develop these different things, it's like a beautiful it's a beautiful process. I ain't gonna lie. It's a beautiful process because you don't see, and the thing about it is you don't see drastic change. You know what I'm saying? But you still see growth and you see things coming together. Even like when I started my whole fragrance line. But that started out as an idea. And now I literally got 5 on like test trials for two or three different test trials for each fragrance, but 5 fragrances documented that, have been like people actually rock with. You know what I'm saying? That started out as an idea. You feel me? So it's like you start to see these small progressions come together, but you at the same time you also know I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do. But when you like working on things, you like being creative, you like building things, you like just being progressive and tapping into new things, bro. It's fun. It's fun, bro. If I could get paid to be creative and just work on creative things and creative projects and build things, bro, it wouldn't be work. I swear it wouldn't be work for me, bro. So that's an ideal lifestyle for me. If I could get, in this current capitalistic system, if I would get paid to just be creative and work on things, even if it was structured around a certain thing. If I was able to be creative and come up with ideas and work on projects attaining to that certain thing, I won't have no issue, bro. I won't have no issue. But when you're a creative individual, you tend to like to tap into different things. So when you're a creative individual, you also got to understand, since I'm tapped into these different things and I want to work on these different things, you also have to accept that comes with it. You're not going to be able to blow up in 5 different lanes at the same time. And things are going to happen. You continuously work on each lane within itself. And what's going to happen is one of those lanes are going to catch fire. And when one of those lanes catch fire, the rest catch fire. Because they're attached. So let's say you was only working on one lane, but you had a lot of interest in different other lanes, but you wasn't really thinking about it or working on them. And one of those lanes catch fire, and now you want to pivot to one of those other lanes, but the other lane so far down here, you trying to pivot to that lane, it's like you don't even know where to go with it. So just cultivating these ideas and just thinking about these ideas and will have in itself, just thinking about these topics and having ideas for these certain plans you want to do, those ideas in itself can serve as foundational pillars for that lane. You feel me? So when you have more ingredients in the pot, it's going to take a longer time to cook. So if you're working on a lot of different things, or if you're working on a couple things is more than, it's still more than one thing. So if you're just working on one thing, your process might be a little bit faster as opposed to somebody working on a couple different things. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. So that's why I say never compare your journey, because everybody's not on the same journey. Everybody wasn't meant to be on the same journey. Everybody wasn't meant to walk the same path. So why would you compare your path, your journey, and your steps to that person? It's supposed to be different. This is life. You know what I'm saying? And we're all striving to accomplish different things. So it's like you really be a fool to try to like compare yourself and match your success and match your steps with that other person, and because you don't even know what that person is working on. You could be thinking that you're so far ahead of this person, but that person working on 6, 7 different things. So it's like, yeah, you might get on faster, but when that person get on, he gonna be on. You feel me? So that's just the message for today, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.